Hope you guys are having a great day. I am. Today, I'll be talking to you guys about what not to do when you sign a prenup. And I'm going to be using Dr. Dre's marriage and prenup legal battle as an example. If you guys have not subscribed to this channel, please click the subscribe button right now and click the bell next to it. So that way you can get notified anytime I upload videos. Well, a lot of you guys know Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, people know about Dr. Dre. It's worth about $800 million to $1 billion. Let's just say it's worth about $1 billion. He had the Beats by Dre headphones. He used to produce for Death Row Records. Then after that, he formed his own record label, Aftermath Records. So he's done really well for himself, hardworking guy. He also made a lot of money endorsing the Beats by Dre headphones. I guess that's where he made the bulk of his money. He's married to he's married to Nicole Young. I think they've been married for about 20 something years or so. And they have adult kids. But Nicole Young filed for divorce recently. And she wants half, as usual. She wants half. I'm thinking, she wants half of $1 billion. Seriously? But you know what? Dr. Dre said, you know what? We have a prenup. A prenuptial agreement. And that the divorce should be governed by the prenuptial agreement. But Nicole Young does not want that. She wants half. Dr. Dre has offered to pay her spousal support and all that. And he wants their property is shared based on the prenuptial agreement. But no, she wants more than that. The question now is that, does she deserve half? If you have an agreement? In her lawsuit that she filed, this is what she said. She said, very shortly before her marriage, I was extremely reluctant, resistant, and afraid to sign the agreement and fell back into a corner. Given the extraordinary pressure and intimidation by Andre, I was left with no other option but to hire a lawyer. Of course, with the help of Andre's team of professionals, and unwillingly signed the agreement very shortly before our marriage. Oh, that's BS. Smells like crap. Liar. I don't believe that statement. No. First of all, she doesn't say how Dr. Dre helped her. She said she got helped by Andre's team of professionals. How did he help her? Was it financially? She now said that I guess Andre's team helped her find her lawyers. She also said that she signed the prenup agreement shortly before their marriage. She never says the time frame before she signed it. She never said whether it was 2 months before, 3 months before. No. So this is what people have to learn. Sometimes a prenuptial agreement is as good as the circumstances surrounding that agreement. You might have the best lawyer on the face of the earth. If the circumstances are not right, that prenuptial agreement is probably not going to hold water. First of all, you got to make sure these things are discussed way ahead of time before you even talk about planning the wedding. Do not talk about signing a prenup while she picked the wedding dress, or while you pick the venue, or after you send the invitation out. For example, people know Steven Jackson, who used to play in the NBA. He left his soon-to-be wife at the altar. He never went through with the marriage. Why? Because she did not sign the prenup. She wanted to sign it on the wedding day. What's going to happen? When it's time, if they ever get a divorce, which most likely they will, She will say, oh, I signed it under duress. I only signed it on my wedding day because I was forced to sign it. It was under duress. That's the same thing she's going to say. Whatever Dr. Dre's wife is saying right now smells like a lie. I can smell that lie all the way from California, and I'm in Atlanta. As a matter of fact, I can hear the smell. Oh yeah, I can hear the smell. My ears can hear the smell. It's all lies. Another thing is that it's better to have whomever is signing the other person to have their own lawyer. Tell them, go hire your own lawyer. I'll pay for it, but I'm not going to find your lawyer. Otherwise, she's going to say the same thing like Dr. Dre's wife is saying here. That, oh, he helped me get the lawyer. That was their lawyer. Whatever, man. Another thing is that you just want to make sure that there's full disclosure on the paperwork. You know the most funny thing that I didn't believe? She said that after they got married, that Dr. Dre tore the prenup and said, oh, I love you now. I didn't mean to put you through that. I tore the agreement. Oh, that sounds like another big lie. I'm sure on the prenup, there's somewhere that says, if we need to change anything in this agreement, it has to be in writing, signed by both parties. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. So the question now is, does she deserve half of $1 billion? Hey, once you sign that agreement, you enter into the agreement, live by the agreement. That's it. I think she's a lawyer too. She should know better. You put her your name and your signature on the dotted line. Don't cry foul now because this man is worth $1 billion. You didn't do anything to make him get that money. He was Dr. Dre before he met you. He already made his money. And he's offered to give you something. I'm sure the prenup is not going to let her walk away with zero. Most likely the judge will not enforce it if that were the case. I'm sure she's going to walk away with something. Who knows? Maybe 20 million, 30 million, 40 million. But she wants half. This is great. She wants half. So now the best thing to do for her is to say, oh, he ripped off the prenuptial agreement. I don't believe that. Or I was forced into signing it for 24 years. You never brought that issue. Man, people just gotta be careful these days, man. You gotta protect yourself, man, because what is the point of having the agreement, of signing an agreement, if it's not gonna hold water? Why do we even have agreements in the first place? If it's not gonna hold water. The whole purpose is to make sure that when it's time to enforce the agreement, that it's enforceable, because she signed it. She had a lawyer, he had a lawyer, and she signed it. I think that the prenup will be upheld. I don't foresee the judge throwing it out. I don't foresee, because courts generally like to enforce agreements between consenting parties, especially if it's fair. I'm sure the prenup is fair. The judge will enforce it. So I don't think that she's gonna get away with just lying and say, oh, Dr. Dre tore it. Now he's her word against his word. He said, oh, I didn't tear anything. Nope. So I think overall the judge will enforce it. And I think that I don't believe her. It just doesn't make sense. I can smell that BS all the way from California. And I can hear the smell of those lies. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, we'll see how that plays out. I'll make an update video once the judge makes a ruling. That's why you need to subscribe. Again, Aiken Story here needs to make him pay. Remember, say no to extreme foolishness.